Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server. We are playing Iron Man with Captain Cyclone, which means we only get one death. At that point, the character is dead. There are some exceptions to that, which I'll talk about in a minute because I thought of another one. We are 12th level. We're headed toward 13th level. I decided to trick this guy out with trainers. Didn't bother with resistance trainers because they don't do enough. So here's the logic. Each of these trainers costs 1,500 influence. We got one. I did the uh, college missions where you learn how to do inventions. So we have an invention that's sort of like a DO, and we can keep that there until we get SOs. The rest of these are going to expire. I picked one up that was a recharge enhancer just as a drop. So I paid for these four. That's about 1,500 each, so there's 6,000. 6,000 is the cost of one accuracy DO, right? So for the price of all four of these, we would have had one on chain induction. And for the price of all of these, we would have had one on lightning bolt, and we would have had the same accuracy buff we have now, about 19%, and we wouldn't have had any of these endurance reducers. So I figured, let's just go ahead and do that. I would not have bought DO damage or anything. We don't really have the influence. We have some. We have 44,000 now. I mean, we could have gotten a bunch, but it would have left me with nothing. So we're going to try to do DOs at 17. We may or may not be able to do that. One of the other reasons I decided to stick with trainers here is we're leveling so fast, right? That these things are going to go yellow in like probably by the end of today, right? By the time I'm going to shoot probably 2 episodes today, this one and the next one, and we're already going to be like 14th, 15th level. So because the leveling is going so quickly. Now that's going to start to slow down, and once triple XP is over, it won't go as fast. And of course, I'm going to go back to playing Quintessence Last until she's level 50 before I come back to this character. But I just felt like the leveling is happening so fast, we're not even going to keep him that long. Let's just at least go to 17 with trainers, and then at 17, depending on how much influence we have, I'll see whether I want to get DOs. And some of that's going to depend on if we get an orange salvage, we'll be fine for the rest of this character's life, because I think theirs are selling for 400,000 or 500,000, and that's all we'll need. But if not, remember, we need 800,000 to trick a character like this out at level 22 with SOs, and we're nowhere near that, and we're already halfway to level 22. So we have to be careful with the influence. My guess is we're going to be on trainers to 17. Maybe we get DOs at 17. We're probably going to be on DOs at 22 and have to switch to SOs at 27. That's my guess, and that's only if this character lives. Now, speaking of that, in terms of faceplants, we have said the rule is if we faceplant outside, we're done. If we faceplant in a mission that we have leveled up in, inside that instance, we have leveled up in that specific instance, and we have the green arrow, we can do one, we can hit the res that one time. We can do that once per level up inside a mission if it happens. The other thing I was thinking is there are some missions in which if you're defeated, you don't go to the hospital, you go to the prison. And I feel like because in character you're teleported to the prison, we should be able to survive that. So those aren't very common. If we die in a mission where you go to the prison, the first death is res at the prison, right? The second time, that's our death. So sort of our what do you want to call it, our trump card, our get out of jail free card, whatever you want, get out of faceplant free cards are if we've leveled up in the mission or if it's a prison mission. And if it sends us to the prison, we can break out once. The second time we die. I don't think we should be able to do it infinitely. Also, we cannot leave the mission to buy inspirations. So we have to go with the inspirations we have. We can buy more inspirations before we start a mission, but once we're inside the mission, that's it. Okay, so we're going to do some police missions because I don't have any contacts other than Montague Castanella in Steel Canyon. So let's see if we can get some other contacts. So let's see, what have we got? We've got Croatoa, Hellions, Dangerous Auction, don't know who, Circle of Thorns. We haven't fought Circle of Thorns yet. Let's try Circle of Thorns. I don't know how we're going to do against them. We don't have a lot of defenses that we can use against them, but we do have this thing that helps us against psionic, and we have energy and negative energy resistance, so we might be okay against them. Depends on how many Spectre Demons they have. At this level, I don't know that they have a lot. But they may have some. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this character. I have surprised myself. It's kind of like a Sentinel so far, at least, because we're mostly doing defense and ranged attacks. But I'm greatly enjoying it. Um, our next power, I guess, is going to be build up. I think we're going to need that. And then level 16. I so want to get the knockdown, but there's just too many other cool powers to get. And the knockdown does a knockdown, but it doesn't do any damage. And we've got to be able to do damage to these guys. Damage output is our primary goal. And we're not going to be fighting large groups because we're soloing at +0. So we need to get the Hand of Omega. And I don't see anybody. Oh, there we go. Energy Mage. Well, Energy Mage, good luck, because I have 46% energy resistance. Actually, we're going to need some health here. They're doing a bigger number on me than I expected. I think it's not the Energy Mage, it's the other guys that's hurting me, The melee. I do have smashing and lethal resistance, so they shouldn't be doing that much to me. But part of the problem is the constant hitting, right? They never miss. Okay, let's keep going. I think we need to take the elevator. So it's nice having some enhancements on. It's not as good as having a big set of DOs, but that's okay. We're doing better. Pardon me while I sneeze. I'm going to pause the video. Sorry about that. My good old allergies. Now there's an orange lieutenant over there. That's going to be fun. Try to get these minions out first. I think my big mistake in the last fight was that I did the minions second. I think I'm more resistant to this guy than to the minions, so I should leave him for last. And this way they can't keep chipping away at you, you know. Gonna need to rest after this fight, it looks like. Okay, heal up. Wow, look at that. And the heal still only brought me into the yellow. Oof. Yeah, over aggro a fight like that, and we will faceplant, and that will be the end of our Iron Man mode. Come on, what's going on here? There we go. We're closing in on level 13. Wow, another spawn. This is actually I wasn't thinking about this. Is actually very much an above average spawn strength, because normally a lieutenant only comes with a single minion, and this lieutenant's been coming with these lieutenants have been coming with 2 minions. Oh, and I am really lucky I didn't aggro that guy. And whatever else is with him or her. And we definitely don't want them to blow up on us. That would probably take me out. There's a Babbage scavenger hunt. Any tune with a travel power. I'm not really interested in that. We're doing Iron Man mode here, guys. There are restrictions. Oh man, look at that spawn. Yikes. So it's a Thorn Wielder and an Energy Mage and an Archer. We have to hope we do not aggro the other two. Let's see what happened. I think we did okay. Yep. Nope, we aggroed them. Oh, that's bad. Alright, let's put on a Sturdy. Try to do a little extra damage. Make sure we hit. I may have to flee down the elevator here. Sturdies are helping us. Wow. Ah, we leveled up. Well, that helped. Let's clear this out of the chat. Alright, well, that helped. We're good to go. Yeah, these are definitely powerful spawns. Let's go ahead and use our buffs. Oh, will you guys be quiet with this? Yeah, I'm at 75% energy resistance now, so good luck, Energy Mage. Won't last forever, but we've leveled up. By the way, these guys would have been 2 yellows and an orange. That is really rough. Wow. I hear a glowy. Oh. Yep, these spawns are definitely strong. So this explains to me why when I mean, I don't know if it's the same as it always was. Like, I don't know if it's any different. But I do remember having a lot of trouble when I was first playing the game against Circle. I mean, I had trouble against Vajjalok, but I still have trouble against Vajjalok. And oh man, I don't know what this guy's going to be like against the Vajjalok. But, but I remember going into a mission against Circle. I think I was a lower level than this. I think it was like 7th or 8th level. It obviously wouldn't have been this mission because this is a newspaper mission, and we're talking the first week of live. Second week of live, something like that. And I went in as a level 6 or 7, and I couldn't do it alone, and I got my friend in there, and the two of us couldn't do it together. And if there were multiple minions with a lieutenant, that would explain why, as new players, we were struggling. See if we can chain this. Yes, chain shock. I love that. I definitely want to enhance that power. So a nice thing about this toggle, you know, I'm wrong. I was going to say we don't need to enhance it for resistance, but we actually do, don't we? Because it gives us psychic damage, so we're going to need to triple slot that. Other than Chernobog, we have never fought a regular boss. We fought him as an elite boss. We had tons of buffs when we were doing that. We used our whole tray. I'm not sure if... Well, I'm lucky that didn't hit me. I'm not sure if... I don't think we fought a regular boss yet, though, have we? Where is this thing? There's the crate. The Hand of Omega. Completed the mission. So ordinarily I wouldn't be showing you guys the detective missions, but since we're in Iron Man mode, I feel like we kind of have to, because when I die, that's going to be the end of it, right? What do we get for enhancements? Oh, look at that, we got a DO. But it's below us. They're low level. Oh, we can actually use... Let's use this here. And we can sell the rest. These are natural magics, so I'm going to go ahead and find the magic shop. It's off over here. I was going to actually pause it, but it's right near here, I think. Where am I? No, I'm in the wrong place. It's over this way. So I'm going to pause it, guys, and I'll go to the magic shop. I'm actually going to take the train to the south, I think, because it's a little closer. It's right there. And I'll bring you guys back after we've sold and we're ready to start our next mission. Alright, we're back. I forgot. We need to level up. So let's go ahead and add 2 new slots. What happened? I clicked it twice and it blew up. There we go. Train up to the next level. So we're finished with charged armor. Let's add 1 here and... 1 there. Looking good, guys. And check this out. We have an orange salvage. So there are 30 for sale, 18 bidding. They're selling for 500,000 to $1 million. I'm going to put it up for 100,000. And we'll see what we get. So that should sell eventually. Meanwhile, we need to get a new mission from the radio. Clockworks. Alright, let's go fight the Clockworks. We have not tried that before. Let's see how we do against them. They use energy, so we should be very resistant to them. And, we do energy. I don't know if they're resistant to energy. Not sure. So let's take a look. It says that the charged bolt power does 20 damage, right? So what we should look at is how much damage does that do to an actual clock. And I gotta watch out here in this zone. I almost got ambushed by some like red outcasts when I was going over to the natural shop. I actually sold my natural magics at the natural shop because it was closer than the magic shop. So let's see if we do more than 20 on the first clockwork we find. Let's try it. I can shoot electricity back to you. 22, so they actually seem to maybe be vulnerable to it. So at least in principle, I should do well against the clocks because I should have resistance to what they're doing, and they seem not to have resistance to what I'm doing. We did 36 on that one, if we take a look. It's saying 33 damage, so that means that they're actually vulnerable. They're taking more damage. And then this one says we did 12 and 19. This one says 14 energy and 17 smashing. It seems like they're resistant to smashing. I thought these guys were vulnerable to smashing. Not sure. Oh, and there is a recharge boost. Dual origin. Guys, check it out. We got a dual origin science right there. And now our chain lightning will, what is it called? Chain induction will recharge a little bit faster. Half a second or so. Oh, this is going to be fun. We should be okay against these guys again because we do alright against them in terms of our attacks. See, now we're down to about an 11-second recharge instead of 13. That's going to be very useful. Right? That tells us on an ESO we can get it down with a single recharge to about 9 seconds, which is really good. Eventually we'll have recharges on all these guys, and they'll be recharging much faster. But, you know, that's going to take us a little bit of time. As my students like to say when they're talking about things taking a lot of time, they like to say that's going to take a minute. And what they mean is it's going to take a long time. Well, that's going to take a minute. So, yeah, we're going to put recharge enhancers on this, but that will take us a minute. So I have to say I'm enjoying doing this character. I did not think I was going to like the Guardian this much. I'm having a blast with this character. I might have to try a different type of Guardian when I'm done with this one. Like, not doing it on Iron Man, just playing it, you know. And depending on how long this character takes, I might try other Iron Man runs. Maybe like a tanker Iron Man, maybe maybe try a blaster Iron Man and just see how far I can go with a blaster before it dies. In terms of the way these characters play, I was thinking about what would you call this? Like, would it be a scrap troll or whatever? I feel like this is a scrap ruptor, right? It's like a mix between a scrapper and a corruptor, right? Because a corruptor does good ranged primary and has a support secondary, right? And a scrapper does a melee primary and defense secondary. And this guy has ranged and melee primaries and defense and support secondaries. So this is a scrap ruptor. And by the way, that's why I decided to do this. Because I thought that because one of the things I thought was maybe I'll try doing Iron Man with a corruptor. And I thought, well, oh, there's another guy here. I didn't even realize. I thought I was on the last guy. I was stupid. I thought, well, if I'm going to do a corruptor who has no defense, right, why not do a Guardian and focus on the ranged attacks as much as possible, and then the Guardian has some defense. So I decided to try it, and I'm loving it so far. This is great. I feel like the defenses in this secondary are more extensive than the ones that I looked at when I was looking at some of the other possible defenses to use from some of the other sets. I feel like the support set in this one has more defense in it than the other one, than the ones I was looking at did. Let's try to chain against them all. Yes! I love when that thing triggers. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a little more resistance here. And these guys are pounding me. Let's pull back. Get a little more space. I think part of my problem is the smashing that they're doing when they punch me. So let's kite them. Go ahead and take a heal. I think one of the things I have to do if I want to kite is still make sure to get in one punch and then do the kiting, so I do the chain induction. If they get close enough to melee me, which they sometimes do. There we go. Looks good. By the way, in the old days, it was 10 minutes between rests, too. And they've obviously changed that. Is that the boss? Ooh, it is. He's a lieutenant, though. Does he have anybody around him? Fight electricity with electricity. Wow. And that's a case where I might not have used all those inspirations, but I had to make sure that I survive, because otherwise we won't be playing this character anymore, and I'm having fun. Let's see if we can chain induce these jerks. Yes! Does a lot of damage to them too. That is going to be useful against things like the Devouring Earth shards. You know how they always like put little babies out? When a couple of babies come out, if you've got a charged up, fully enhanced chain induction ready to go, that'll do something to them. I like being able to do electricity back to these guys. And there's another gear that I didn't get last time. I thought I killed them all, but I guess not. So this is a, not a defeat all, but a defeat everybody in the same room as the boss. So we need to defeat all of these guys, and that'll be the mission. Nice. And we are almost 14th level, guys. This is just so cool. The leveling up is very quick. Okay. How are we doing on our detective? We got one more to do. How are we doing on enhancements? We got a few. Let's see. The recharge can be used to buff this one up to make it come back to green, and we can sell the others. Just wanted to see if that thing sold yet, but I guess not. Okay, so let's see what is our final mission going to be for this session. Lost contact with Peochi. Pekoi. Oh, Paco. I guess that's an exclamation point. Yeah, alright. Take care of him before innocent people would get hurt. Who's Paco? Outcast, maybe? Lost? Sounds like family, but you don't usually fight family until after level 20. So I don't know. Defeat Paco and his guards. I think, guys, we're going to want to make a stop at the hospital and grab some... Actually, no, wait. We still have some in our emails, so let's go ahead and take 2 of these. I think we should be okay with those 2 for emergency heals, and we'll just see what else drops as we go in there. We should be alright. By the time I get to Paco, hopefully we'll have collected a whole bunch of new inspirations. We'll see what happens. And again, if we die, we die. I'm very much enjoying this character. Never ever got a blaster past level like 18 or 19. Lost, okay. Now, one of the things, these guys with the axes, when they hit you, it reduces your defense, but it doesn't reduce your resistance, I don't think. Now, Headman, Swordman, we do not want them hitting me, because they do a lot of damage. So no melee against them, if at all possible. Oh, I got too close. Maybe not. Alright, now we can do it, because we've got him down enough. Yeah, that thing. Look at... Oh, and it's not too bad, because we do have some resistance. Without resistance, that thing will take you down, like, 40% of your hit points. So, oh! +1s. These guys are going to be rough. See if I can chain that. Alright, we got the slugger gone. Now it's just me against the headman. Try to stay out of his range. Nope. Yeah, these guys are rough. Let's pull back, try to kite him. Yeah, you kind of can't stay completely out of their range while you're shooting, because they can kind of run up to you, but I mean, obviously I could super cheese it and make sure I stay completely high enough that he could never touch me, but I feel like that's just so cheesy. And we've leveled up, guys. That means we can afford 1 death in this mission. And it should get a lot easier. So now I have no real concerns about surviving it. I was a little concerned before, you know, depending on if we come across a boss or something, but and one of the problems may be mezzing. We don't have a break free. And their guns do a little mezzing, which I'd kind of forgotten about. Oh wait, no, we don't have to worry about mezzing. We have this thing. And we have psych defense, so if we fight like an aberrant rector, we should be okay. Yeah, we should be alright, because we do have that other defense. So let's go ahead and turn that on, so we can't get mezzed. It is going to kill our endurance, but we have an endurance pill, so we should be alright. The headman riflemen, there's no point to kiting them, because they don't do any more in melee than they do in range. In fact, they're just ranged. I don't think we need to kill those guys, we just need to find the boss. Yes, I love when that chain shock hits somebody else. Definitely want to enhance that power. I don't know what the Guardian ATOs, if there are any, look like. I assume they made some. But I think that chain induction might very well be one of the powers I would want to put an ATO on if we ever got to that point. Realistically, it's fun to think about, but I don't think this character will live that long. We've almost died a couple times already where it's gone down to the orange and I barely made it out. And all that has to happen is we get jumped by a boss when I don't have any inspirations and we're probably going to die. If I'm not ready for it, you know, or my hit points go down, or I over aggro, it will happen at some point. It's almost inevitable that you occasionally will over aggro. Fortunately, though, we are collecting up a nice tray of inspiration, so at least in this mission, we should be okay. I guess I'm going to have to turn the Mez defense off because we're just using too much endurance for now. And I'll turn it on if we fight the boss. I don't think their rifles Mez that badly. And if we're just fighting minions, we should be okay. And lieutenants, right? It's really the bosses that are brutal. Is that him? Oh, he's just a lieutenant. He's not a boss. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and put our Mez defense on and smack him around. Yep. See, that's psychic, but we now have 26% psionic defense. He's still going to slow us when he hits us, and he could still Mez me if he overwhelms my defense, my protection. Wow, look at that. We're almost half a level into 14. There we go. Alright, we can take Mez defense off now, I think. I'm really enjoying these special effects. I assume they are special effects taken from electricity blasters, corruptors, whatever, and electricity scrappers. If Baco had been a boss, that would have been one heck of a fight. But since he's a lieutenant, it's not so bad. And you can see even with one toggle on, we're starting to get really tired. So let's, I guess turn hover off. That'll help a little bit. And we have a res pill. I'll keep that for now. That is awesome. And I really like, I mean, the yellow is just using the bright variation of the color. I didn't change it at all. I just thought it looked cool and said, alright, I'll use it. And it does. I love the way the yellow looks. It looks great. So cool. Okay, who else is around? Oh, okay, a couple more guys. Let's hover up, take some endurance, and shoot the minion. Just want to try to get the minions out first with characters like this. We're not a brute, and we're not debuffing them. With Quintessence Lass, I go high rank first, because it debuffs the high rank guy and he won't hit me. And I'd rather debuff the lieutenant than the minion, or the boss than the lieutenant. But with these guys, since we're not doing any actual debuffing of their 2-hit, or anything else for that matter, you can see we are draining their endurance a little bit. But it still doesn't matter. They're always able to they're always able to do their attacks. So there will be a bank robbery. I think we're ready for that, but we're not going to do that in this episode. We're going to just finish level 14, and then we will stop. Because it's been, let's check, yeah, 39 minutes, so we're long. I hope you guys are enjoying this Iron Man run. I'm having a blast. This is super fun. I've never tried like doing it this way before, where you actually have to worry about whether you might die. Normally in City of Heroes, it's like, oh, who the heck cares? I just res, right? But in this game, in this version of the game, we kind of can't, right? Or, oh, good, we leveled. Now, if we die in this mission, we can actually res once. It's kind of cool. Self-imposed boundaries often can be more fun than the boundaries that the game imposes on you. Next level. Okay, so static discharge. Discharges a cone of static energy. Goes after all foes in the area. I really think we need build-up. because we're going to have to start getting that slotted out and stuff. Let's put that there. Okay, guys. I think we'll stop here. I hope you've enjoyed. I certainly have. Until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this is Iron Man Mode City of Heroes on the Rebirth server.